So it's the 8th of October, affectionately known as Bathurst V8 Supercar Day in Australia. I've realised that I've really haven't had time to update any of this and get any of this better. I'm still running these two packs. They're still beautifully balanced. I'll make a video about that at some stage. The 100 amp BMS is sufficient for what's going on here. We're getting a lot more solar than we were out of the panels that are laying on the ground outside. I was getting like 14 amps earlier. It's all full at the moment pretty well. 28.3 there. So more than 1,000 watts coming in. We're getting like 5 kilowatts every day that I'm actually using it. I reset this last night for a bit of a kilowatt hour draw test. I've not managed to empty it. There should be 10 there and like 4 on the floor. So it's 2 lithium iron phosphates there and 2 lead acids there that are paralleled to run this 12 volt inverter. It's just a nozzle. It's just all old gear that I've had. I did get hold of this beast. I'm going to have to save up my YouTube bickies and buy a heap of Daly BMSs and assemble this battery. I want to build that battery box, put it outside. Just not in the shed, not in the way. Doesn't need to be in here. There's ample space behind here. There's a brick wall for the neighbours there. There's nothing behind me. So if anything did ever go wrong and they burnt to the ground, for example, they'd probably toast the shed, but we might put a firewall between the shed and that. Anyway, we have 3 kilowatts on the roof. I'm only using less than half of it. But what we're going to do is we're just going to follow that kilowatt hour meter. In the shed, it's been running 3D printers, charging cordless tool batteries, running laptops, speakers, fans, a silent air compressor, charging heaps of batteries. Like I flatten a lot of batteries. Charger there, radio's a charger, processor and 18650s, 2 chargers there, LiPo chargers and things like that. It runs all of that, no stress, in the shed whenever I need it. So it's a big mess at the moment. I don't have time to make a good system out of it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to like kind of longevity test it. Most of this staff owes me very little. I think there's $200 in that power inverter, $200 in that red arc, $100 in the charge controller, $50, $60 in that charge controller. The panels will still put out power. $200 each for the Solar Kings. $200 for the pair of lead acids. I think that would be about $200 worth of cells and $200 for the BMS, which will keep working as well. So we're just going to run it and allow a cumulative build-up of kilowatt hours on this meter. And when that meter says that it's done, every time it's done enough kilowatt hours that I can I could have bought another BMS doing productive things in the shed, I'm going to buy another BMS. We'll just keep doing that and use this sunshine energy. It's October now, so we're coming towards the nice warm months where we get all the sunshine in Tasmania. Realistically, we've got between here and April, and we're going to get the most power down that we ever do. So we will upgrade to this Fengpu Sun 70 amp 150 MPPT charge controller, because we do get this one to peak out at times. So look at the cumulative kilowatt hours that's gone through this. 2,246 kilowatt hours. Isn't that 18,000 amp hours? Isn't that crazy? So it's a 45 amp controller and it's stuck at 37.5 right now. Yeah, it's done 2 kilowatts already and the battery wasn't flat. It's at a fairly high state of charge. These things are doing absolutely magically. And because the Daly's balance mostly on charge, we're getting charge and balance every day that the sun comes out. There's literally just some 250 watt panels thrown on the ground, leaning against stuff in the shade out the back that are connected to this charge controller. To be honest, that's more there as a voltage monitor, and it was already there for a 12 volt system because I don't have a spare 24 volt inverter at the moment. we're just running what we've got. If it dies, it dies. If it doesn't die, we'll sell it. Who really cares? Yeah. This is the start of that. 2.4 kilowatt hours. It's the 10th of October. 8th of October. We'll see where we end up. Because, yeah, we got tons of stuff that this shed does. So I'm just going to use power, absorb power from the sun, and see what happens.